I'm not going to talk anymore about the past. We're focused on the future, and that's what we're here to talk about.
Henderson City Manager Stephanie Garcia-Voss speaking for the first time on camera. She agreed to meet with News 3 after firing Police Chief Hollie Chadwick last month and sending out this memo on Tuesday to police. It announces the hiring process will start to find a new leader for that department. Thanks so much for joining us live at 6. I'm Latoya Silman.
And I'm Jim Snyder. Glad you're with us tonight. The city is confirming that the search for a new chief is underway, and they would like to have someone in that position by this summer.
Yeah, but of course there are questions now remaining about why Garcia-Voss actually let go of Chadwick. And our Kristen Drummond joins us now live in studio after speaking to her about this. And you learned a lot.
Well, we had a very limited amount of time with her, but she continued to say that she is looking forward to the future. The search does kick off to find a new chief now, but I pressed for answers on a number of topics, including the recent firing of Chief Hollie Chadwick.
She has that great experience, but we are ready to move forward in a different direction.
Stephanie Garcia-Voss pushing a message of progress, ready to hire the city's next police chief. The city of Henderson posting the opening online Wednesday.
I have to find people who are willing to and in alignment with our city's mission, vision, and values, and willing to carry those on.
Giving answers as the time ticks for an allotted 10-minute interview. But the next steps to find a chief comes amid questions about the past, including firing Chief Hollie Chadwick after Garcia-Voss officially became city manager in January.
This decision, and with all new leaders, sometimes people have differences of opinion and different ways of doing things.
In a memo to the police department last month, she stated that their vision and leadership styles were not aligned.
What are those leadership qualities that you do want in that next chief that Chief Chadwick just did not have?
You know, and we're not here to talk about the past and about Chief Chadwick because I can't comment on any personnel matters.
Chadwick, a 23-year veteran of the force, became chief in May of 2023.
All the duties.
As police chief.
As police chief.
Taking the oath of office after moving her way up the ranks in Henderson PD. But, like the last 6 predecessors, not lasting more than 5 years, leading to questions now about stability over the last 2 decades in that position.
What is your message to the community who feel that you cannot keep a police chief here?
I am
sorry. We're here to discuss the path forward in this recruitment opening today. So just want to.
But I think but I do think it is an important question because there has been so much change with that position. So what do you have to say to the community?
I am fully aware of our track record, and I can tell you and I can assure you and the community we are committed to finding that next chief who is going to develop the leadership skills within the department to develop strong leaders and a future pipeline so that we can draw from that pipeline in the future of Henderson police officers to be that next leader.
I'm told to wrap by a city spokesperson 7 minutes and 30 seconds into the interview.
She has another appointment that we need to get to. So,
with each passing second, I ask how long she wants to stay with the city and her vision.
To see how that goes. I don't know how long I'll be city manager, but I know I'm committed.
And pressed one last question before Garcia-Voss is escorted out less than 10 minutes after the start of our talk.
You're using all of the great buzzwords that everyone says that they want someone to live by for their community, but what exactly are you looking for?
And, okay. Thank you for your time. I appreciate it. And maybe we can chat in the future.
So that time seeming to start when actually Garcia-Voss walked into the room, not when we pressed record on our camera. Now, as the search starts for the next chief, the city appointed Deputy Chief Isaac Henn as interim. Jim and Latoya?
Yeah, it seemed like she was eager to get out of there.
It certainly did, but as she stated, maybe willing to speak with us once again, but when and where, we don't know at this point.
All right, well, thank you for pressing and answering those questions because, of course, these are questions that our viewers want to know. So we appreciate you doing that. Thank you so much.
So we'll, by way of background, just take a look back at how we got to this point. It was on February 13th, the Henderson city manager placed former Chief Chadwick on leave. We all found out about that. Started asking questions. 5 days later, residents and City Councilwoman Carrie Cox voiced some opposition to that decision and the way it was handled. A day later, the city of Henderson canceled public events for city council members and other members of leadership, which led to some public concern. Then on March 6th, Chadwick was officially dismissed from her position.
Chief Chadwick was accused of not being open and inclusive with the police unions. When the city placed her on leave, the executive director of the Nevada Association of Public Safety Officers stated that it was an appropriate course of action. Moving forward, the union wants someone within the department and open to collaborating.
Unions understand we don't get to pick our boss, but at the same time, I think it's helpful for everybody if those lines of communication remained open and that we're able to give some input into that process.
Since Chadwick's departure, Andrew Regenagam believes that morale in the department is better now, but officers continue to wait and see what will happen next.
And Kristen just told us there have been 6 police chiefs recently with 5 years or less. So they've been through a lot of them in Henderson. 2 former chiefs, Letitia Watson and Patrick Moores, filed lawsuits around their departures. A federal judge recently rejected the lawsuit filed by Watson against the city that claimed she was a victim of racism and gender discrimination. That case closed 2 weeks ago, almost 5 years since Watson filed the suit back in 2020. She served as Henderson's police chief from 2017 until 2019, just one as we're pointing out, a long list of them over the past 6 years.